how to make a gospel beat Hello guys, welcome back to the video. In today's video is all about how to make a gospel beat from scratch in FL Studio. I'm sure you're going to love this one. So guys, let's dive in and get started. Welcome back to the video. Now, the idea of this video is to create a gospel beat at the same time add a touch of a AMAPIANO vibe to it. Alright, now guys, this one is going to be very interesting. Stay with me. I'm sure you will learn some new tips and tricks as well. Alright, so guys, I'm just going to start with this simple chord. Alright, so let's take a listen. Awesome. Very simple and gentle. This is the first chord. All right. Literally, this is what I did. You can see it. All right. So the idea is to create this simple chord as we begin to add to it and build on it. All right, so that's number one. And now let me quickly show you guys the instrument that I used for this one. Okay, so you go to your channel rack. All right, from the list under guitars. Now this is the instrument, but I'm just going to open it right now. So guys, I used Omnisphere. All right, and under guitars, as you can see it, guitars, make sure this one is selected, click it. And then from the drop menu, from the preset here, you want to pick this one, a classic nylon guitar. It's a very interesting plugin. All right. And then for you to have that kind of sound that you're hearing right now, all right, make sure this one is checked. You know, by default, it's going to be on this one. All right. But make sure this one is checked. And then you have something like that. Let's get into it. Next on the list will be this one. Let's support it with this guy. So I'm just going to open it. Next will be this one. All right, just to support this one. So let's take a listen. Stay with me just to repeat it. So guys, I'm feeling the vibe already, but guys, let's get into it. Now, the instrument that I used for this one, all right, let me open it. The same plugin, Omnisphere, all right, and then remember guitars, and then you can pick this one, all right, and then make sure this one is checked, you know, reflective, nylon, this one. So that's that. Now, when you enable both of them, let me just play two of them so that you can take a listen. In fact, I'm feeling it already. All right. So guys, that's that. Very simple. Next on the list will be this one. Now the idea is to add this one. Let me just play it so that you guys can take a listen. Literally just duplicate what you have here. All right, what you have here, duplicate it. All right, now the idea is to add that atmospheric vibe to it. All right, so let's play all of them, then we proceed gradually. All right, remember, this is what I created. I just duplicate it here, and of course I can still duplicate if I want, like this. Very simple. Just Ctrl B on your keyboard, it will duplicate for you. All right, so I'm just going to Ctrl Z to undo it. Okay, so let's take a listen. Gradually we are progressing. My God, I'm feeling it already. My God. So let's proceed. Next, we're going to add this one. Very gentle. All right. Very simple. We're going to add this one. let me play it. We are going to add strings to it. Now, the same progression. What I have here, what I have in this one, like this one, I copied it. How do you go about that? Just make sure you click on it. You can see the preview, which is this one. Right click on it, and then you say copy. Okay, then I go to this one. That is, I create another pattern, this one. Then this is the instrument I used. Right click, and then what? Paste. But I'm not going to paste. All right. Let me show you guys the instrument that I used for this one. Okay. So in your channel rack, just enable this one, the same plugin. All right. Now this time around is pads and strings. All right. Pads plus strings. Okay. And then from the list, we have this one. Remember, now I'm using this one. All right. Make sure this thing is checked. This one. By default, it's going to be here. Make sure this one is checked so that it's going to take away the low pass. All right. Those low frequency that we don't need it. It's going to, cut the lows. Okay. So that's that. Then 4 of them together should sound like this. Make sure you're on this. If you want to play on your playlist, make sure song is checked. But I'm just going to make sure this one is enabled. And then let's take a listen. Very, very simple. Okay. Next on the list is this guy. All right. Let's open it. Let's take a listen. Simple chord. The basic chord. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now let me show you guys the instrument for this one, which is this one. The same plugin. Remember, our Omnisphere, we have a lot of plugins. All right. So I think I'm still on guitars. All right. Then we have 12 strings guitar warm. In fact, I love this one very much. It's a very powerful plugin. All right. So that's that. Next on the list will be this one. This guy, amp bass guitar. And let's take a listen. Very gentle and very, very simple. Now, you just have to be creative. Like I always say, you just have to be creative. All right. With the combination of many instruments together, by the time we play all of them, it becomes one. All right. So, with a little touch in this plugin, and before you know it, everything becomes one. And then you have something awesome. It is very important that you are creative. All right. So that's that. Let's proceed from there. Then we move to this one. Now, before we proceed, let me quickly show you guys the instrument that I use for this one. All right. So make sure you click on it. Go to your channel rack. All right. And then you can see it. Amp guitars. And that's that. So in my previous video, I've explained how important it is to group your work. All right. As you can see, I'm under guitars, and when I'm done, I'll go to bass and all that. So I've explained in my previous video. So that's that. That's the instrument that I use for that one. And then we proceed from there. We have this one. That's our modo bass or modo bass. So guys, what I did literally is just to play the simple chord. So let's take a listen. All right, the same thing. Just highlight all of them, duplicate. Okay. So literally that's what I did. All right. I don't need it. So just duplicate them. Basic chord. All right. So by the time you play all of them together, you should have something like this. Make sure you're on this one, song. That's number one. All right. So let's proceed. Next is to add this one, this guy. So let's just play it. Just duplicate it. All right. So let's go to the instruments. You see, under belts, we have this one, Nexus. All right. From Nexus, we have plugged. Make sure this one is checked, plugged. And then from the list, from the presets, all right, the category is plugged. And from the preset, we have this one, PL. Of course, you can say the name. So that's that. Next is to add this one, violin. Very, very, very simple. Okay. And that's that. All right. Let me show you guys. I used expand. Okay. That is the name of the plugin, expand. And then make sure you click on this one. All right. And then from strings, I think this one, you want to pick solo violin. Pick any one of your choice, but of course the one I use is from this list. You see something like this is it, solo violin. Pick any of your choice there, and then you have that. All right. So let's proceed from there. We move to this one. Just to add something very simple to it. So let's proceed to shaker. All right. So we have this one, steady shaker. Then I had this one just to balance it. All right. Very good. Now, so guys, I'm done creating the gospel aspect of it right now. So what I want to do right now is to begin to add a AMAPIANO vibe to it right now. All right. So I'm just going to enable this one. First off, AMAPIANO shaker. I created this one separate on my second device to make this tutorial very short, not too long, and of course to make things very organized. All right. So let's proceed. Very simple. I'm sure you're already feeling the vibe. All right. Next to add this one, excellent. Next to add this one, remember this is just audio. All right. This one has been created, after creating it with my second device, I just, import it. All right. So that, because by the time I begin to create this one is going to take a lot of time. And then, the video is going to be too clumsy and too much, all right, for beginner. So it's better to group it so that we can have a better understanding of what we are talking about. So that you can have a better understanding of what we are discussing here, all right? So let's proceed from there. We had this one. All right. I had this one. And then I had this one. That vibe, very simple. Remember, this is it. It's just audio that's been created. Then I had this one, my log drum. Very simple. Very simple. Now let me show you guys the log drum that I used for this one. Of course, under drums, it's just this one, log drums. All right. This is it. Very simple. Is FL Studio plugin, right? And then of course, let me just open it for you guys to hear it. It's very simple. This one I play it on keyboard, but of course you can easily click like this to create your own melody. All right, you can just click it to get your own melody. But I play this one on the keyboard, so let's take a listen. All right, so that's that. You can just click it, like I always told you guys. You can just click it, and we have the drum. This one too, because so what I did literally is to create this one on my second laptop. All right, then after that I export it. All right, and then I import it to this laptop so that it can make things very more simple, all right, because by the time I begin to explain this one, it's going to take a lot of time. But of course, I have video on the page on my channel, on my YouTube page, that explain in details how to use what's it called, to go about these drum presets. All right, so you can just go do well to go check it out. In the video, I walk you guys through how I process my drum and all that is in the video. So guys, so you can go check it out. But of course, let's just stick with this. All right, sometimes I use different kind of drums, depends on the vibe that I want and depends on the genres of the music. All right, so guys, I use different type of drum VSTs. Okay, so that's that. Having said that, let's proceed. So I'm just going to play the drum so that you can take a listen. So let's play it. Let's go. So guys, that's that. So right now I'm going to enable all of them, all right, as we take a listen. So guys, let me know what you guys think about this one. So let's get into it. So guys, that's it. You've listened to it, you've heard it. So literally that's just it. Now it is very important that, you see, if you look at my work page, if you look at my playlist, you will realize everything is organized and everything is very, very neat. All right. The one that need to add color is there. Everything is organized. All right. So let me quickly show you guys the playlist. As you can see, the playlist as well is very, very organized. In so doing, it makes my workflow more easy. So guys, when I'm supposed to locate anything, I can easily identify them with the colors. All right. And of course, let me show you guys how everything is processed to my mixer. It is very simple. Literally what I do, or what I did is, let's say this one, let's say this one for instance. Now, this is it. What you have here is the same thing as what you have here. Let me just delete this one. Let me show you guys. Just click it and just put it there. You see that it's the same thing, all right? Or click it and left click as well. It's still the same thing. Do you understand? Very simple. Now, let me now go to my channel rack. When you click on it to identify the plugin, you will see the preview. You can see the preview that tells me that this guy is on this plugin. This one is on this plugin. This one, you see that? You will see the preview. All right. because everything has been all properly and well constructed. All right. So this one, you can say the preview that tells me that this is the plugin. Okay. So what am I trying to say now? For me to now pan this guy, because this is my playlist. All right, this is my playlist. Let me just click. This is my playlist. Now, what I have on my playlist, for me to send it to my mixer, all I have to do is, because this is just a playlist, but this is the source of this guy. Do you understand what I have here? This is the source. If I mute it right now, I will not hear anything. All right, but then, so I will now go to the source, which is this guy. Now, what we have here is simply our targeted mixer track. This guy, this thing. So right now, when you right click on it, you will see you can either type in value. That is, where do you want to put it? So right now is in insert 5. So if I go to my mixer right now, let me just detach this one so that you guys can see it. You see, then another tip I want to share with you guys. Let me quickly share this tip with you. So when you detach for instance, when you click on this one to detach it, sometimes you want to move it aside. You see, it enters. You see that? Yeah, of course, you can see the preview. Everything enters. You can't view it here. All you need to do is, come to this icon and say detached. That way, you can see it is above this one. So because sometimes you want to play something at this side. So while you're working, I've detached everything because I want to explain something to you guys. So literally, this guy is now in what? Number 5. This is my mixer, right? And my mixer is in channel or insert 5. You see, the reason why I'm explaining this right now is because some of my subscribers make a request if I could explain how I send them to my mixer. All right, so that's why I'm trying as much as possible to explain right now. So I hope you are getting it. Very simple. All right, these are patterns. What you have here, these are patterns. All right, and of course your patterns will definitely be from the source, which is this one. So any instrument you are playing here must be on the VST, this is the VST. Do you understand? So it is very important to understand these 3 things that I'm explaining right now. The playlist, the playlist and your channel rack. This is your channel rack from here to here. That is your channel rack, and then here is your playlist, and this guy is your mixer. Let me go back so that you guys can understand. Let me detach all of them. Go back. Now, this is your playlist. This place, this guy, this one is your what? Channel rack. All right. And then why this one here is your mixer. Okay. So these 3 things works together in handy. Do you understand? They communicate with each other. All right. They communicate with each other. So what am I trying to explain? Let me detach all of them so that we can see it properly. All right, where we were before. Now that I've detached all of them, these are called inserts. All right, so I send this one to number 5. So in so doing, I can easily tweak the volume. All right, and of course, I can easily mix it. As you can see, I've applied something on it. I had this one, this guy. I've applied this one, and I apply this one. All right, this one is another tutorial entirely. All right, but let me just see if I can just explain some, but I didn't plan to explain this one, but let me just see if I can just touch a little bit out of it. The idea of this video is to share with you the instrument that I used to create this beat for beginner. All right, what I'm doing right now is not there. All right, so maybe I'm going to leave this one for another tutorial, but in short, all right, this is how you send your stuff to this guy. Number 5 is sent to this one. This one is number 6 is sent to this one. Of course, you can see the name. You can see the name. You can see the name. Everything. Number 8 is everything you see here is set to this one. And how do you go about it? You can come to if this one again. Assuming you want to send this one, make sure you click this one to identify It's on number 5. It's still what? Here. You know, it's still what? This one is on what? Number 10. You can see the preview. Number 10. So we are sending it to what? Number 10. Of course, you can send it to wherever you desire. All right. You can send it to anywhere we have a lot of inserts there, so you can send it to anywhere you want. Okay, and then this is the master, and then I would say that you process it, you mix it a little bit, and then you organize it, and everything goes to your master, and then you gain stage again. You can see I'm removing minus 6 dB out of it. All right. So trust me, this is not properly mixed yet. This is just a little bit touch of mixing. So this is not in-depth mixing like we always mix my drums and all that and my instrumental. But this is just a touch, so that when I play it, at least you guys can hear the vibe a little bit. Okay. If I would mix this, I'll go more than this. And of course, I may not even use some of these plugins, but of course some of them are very awesome. So there's a way I mix my instrumental. Okay, so I would say that, and I hope that is it for today. So guys, I'm not supposed to explain all this one. This one is for another tutorial entirely. Okay, which of course I think I have some in my I have some in my YouTube page. So guys, you can go and check it out, and I hope this video is helpful. Okay, so guys, and until the next one, see you guys in the next one. Consider subscribing, and until the next one, see you in the next video. Peace out.